It's Saturday, August 26, 2023. I'm TC Kirkham, and this is the Kirkham Report.
TC Kirkham. Report.
Hey VC and everybody else out there, I'm TC Kirkham, TKR Video Central. Welcome to the Kirkham Report for this week. I apologize for missing last week. I came down with a really nasty sinus infection. I was not feeling well Saturday and Sunday last week. Did manage to pull it together for a few other things. But this is going to be mostly an acquisition show because I've got so much stuff built up over the last couple weeks that I'm going to get to all of it one thing at a time, one section at a time, starting right here, right now. So for the past couple of weeks, I've been in TC is really irritated mode because it's nothing he's doing in this room will work out the way he wants it to, so he's been spending too much money. Not really, within my budget. But I actually have been picking up some few things off my want list on Discogs, and a couple of different Discogs sellers here. The first one is SICVEE, SICVEE, as you'll see on the screen there. I went looking for one particular album because I want to use them. It was the only thing I didn't have by him, and I wanted to have it for the premiere of Too Soon next month. This one actually came out in 1975, and wow, is it different. I haven't listened to it yet. I'm going to do it later this weekend, but it's a really interesting look at the guy before he became a solo star. From 1975, this is Voudouris and Kane, and There's a Secret Going On. That's Roger Voudouris on the left. Roger will be the subject of my first episode of Too Soon. It is on Capitol Records. That's what they look like when they're posing for pictures. Capitol, the mid-70s Capitol label. The other gentleman is David Kane. He's been involved in music quite a bit over the years. And I also noticed that he had another album I was interested in on my want list, so I grabbed it also. I remember seeing this gentleman numerous times when the album came out. He only did one album in 1980 on the Merv Griffin show. Merv used to have Cal Rudman from Friday Morning Quarterback on about every 3 months, and he would bring new artists that he thought were going to be big. Well, unfortunately, this guy never really took off. But I always liked it, and I thought I'd pick it up. Let me take the album out. This is the debut, and as far as I know, the only album from singer Dean Kahn. Dean made several appearances on Merv Griffin at the time. It might be a reissue. It's a promo, but it might be a reissue because of the barcode. I'm not sure when they started that. He was on A&M Records. So I actually tried to get this last year, and the sale... It was that mess I had with another seller that I was unable to get everything from. So I'm quite excited to add that to my collection. So thank you, SICVEE. I mean, this guy, I had this order 3 days after I placed it. I mean, that's freaking amazing. Thank you so much for that service. I also placed an order from another Discogs seller, No Mars Attic. Again, I was looking for one thing in particular and ended up picking a whole bunch of stuff up from them because they had great prices on some of the stuff. Get it out of the box here. Should have did that beforehand. The one thing I went in looking for that I ordered from the very beginning is this album. I have the tape of this, but I've always wanted the vinyl. I love this album. Even though it's cheesy as a gimmick, the musicians were all great, and I've talked about them before. This is a white label promo released by Radio Records. Well, it's not white label, but it is a promo. It has the timing sticker and everything on it. And I always liked the music that this band put out, even though it was a gimmick band, kind of patterned after the Village People. But I thought they deserved better than they got. From 1981, this is All Sports Band. Here's the timing strip. My favorite song on this album was I'm Your Superman, which was a big hit on the TKR chart in 1988 or 89, after I actually got a hold of it. The single was Opposites Do Attract. They did chart with both of those in the very lower reaches of the Hot 100. The band was made up of Michael John Tosti, Chuck Kentis, the Boxer was who the drummer went by, Cy Sulak, and Alfonso Carey. There's the back of the album. So, very happy to add this long-wanted LP to my collection. I also picked up a few other things from them, including the first American release from a band that I know is a favorite of a couple of people in the vinyl community. Steve Schnee has quite a bit of their stuff on CD, and my friend Richard McCook also likes them. From 1982, I believe. This was post-Eurovision win. This is Bucks Fizz. Features their only American chart hit, Land of Make Believe. I remember that song being on WLGN FM, Logan, Ohio. They were the only one playing it. They were the only one playing a lot of the good stuff back then. I wish they love small town radio stations. Logan was a town of about 10,000. They were playing all kinds of stuff that Columbus wasn't touching. So can't wait to hear that. Picked up a 12-inch single of one of my favorite dance songs of all time. This is Leif Garrett's I Was Made for Dancing on the Scotty Brothers disco label. Let me get it around there. Has an instrumental on the flip, so that'll be cool. The second album, I mentioned this on Label Nova a few weeks ago, from singer Austin Roberts. This is Last Thing on My Mind. He had a couple of minor hits from this. This came between his debut self-titled album from 1972, which featured Something's Wrong With Me, and his 1975 album Rocky, both of which I already have. So I'm very happy to add this to him. I always liked his voice, like his songwriting. That's what it looks like, and of course it is on Chelsea Records, that very colorful label, which if you haven't checked it out, go check out Label Nova of Chelsea Records. I picked up this also. I love radio transcriptions, and I saw this, and they had it for I think $3 or $4. And I'm like, I'm going to grab that just to see what it sounds like. It was done in 1977, right around the time the single was out, big hits and stuff. Although interestingly enough, actually this may have come out right before that, before the album that had the big hits, because none of the hits are on here. But it's an interview radio special produced by A&M for Rita Coolidge. No, Anytime Anywhere is listed as being out there. There it is. It gives you the song tracks here. It was released on A&M's promotional white label. It includes quite a bit of her songs and lists each album it comes from. None of the singles, but that should be fun to listen to. And finally, it had to be coming. Even my wife knew that, and she's not happy with me. But I found it at a decent price. Again, it is a promotional copy. It is marked promotion only, not for sale on the label. It has a promotional sticker. And I'm sorry. Just being the cheesy fan that I am, I couldn't resist. This is the debut only album on private stock from the infamous Peter Lemongello, Do I Love You? Featuring a couple of the songs Do I Love You, and I think Miss You Nights were the two I featured on his on the private stock Label Nova. I've listened to a few of these online already, his version of All You Get From Love Is a Love Song is atrocious. That's a Carpenter's hit. When I Think of You, I just noticed that. There's the private stock promotional label. I'm going to have to, I need to check the writers on that. I really hope that's not the same song Leif Garrett had a hit with 3 years later. 1976 is Peter Lemongello and Do I Love You. So that's what I picked up from Discogs this week. Lots of interesting things. And I'm looking forward to listening to those. I got more coming up. After several months of waiting, I finally got a package from iMusic in Denmark. I ordered quite a bit of stuff from them. And it was being held up. I ordered it in February, and it was being held up by one of the albums I ordered, which they were having a real hard time getting. So I wrote to them this week, and I said, what's going on? And they said, this third album seems to be discontinued. Let's drop that from your order, and we'll get the rest of it to you. And I said, that's cool. Sucks. I wanted that other one, but what are you going to do? So I got one CD and one LP here. Music on vinyl, too. The CD, released in 2021, is filled. I mean, filled with winners, runners-up, everything else. This is now, that's what they call Eurovision Song Contest. This came out in Great Britain. It is a 3-record set, as you can see. It includes most of the big hits and winners over the years, not all of them. Obviously I'm familiar with a lot of these. There's some interesting choices. James Newman's My Last Breath, which was from the canceled 2020 contest, is on here, which doesn't make sense. It makes sense that Daddy Fryer's Think About Things is, but I don't know. There's a lot of interesting stuff in here, including most of the winners of the 70s and through the 90s. So this is really a top-notch collection. The other one is Winners Only Eurovision Collected. This is a limited edition from Music on Vinyl. Limited edition of 2,000 numbered copies on blue-colored vinyl. Includes insert on 180-gram audiophile vinyl. Again, there are some winners conspicuously absent from this collection, including ABBA. They do have, I don't think Celine's on here either, but they do have this right up through 2021. This goes through 2020. This goes up through 2021, which includes the winner that year, Kalush Orchestra's Stefania, excuse me. Actually it has 22 on here too, with Måneskin is here. Duncan Laurence, Netta, Salvatore Sobral, Loreen, Lena, Lordi, Helena Paparazzo, I think her name is, Take Me to Your Heaven, Katrina and the Waves, Charlotte Nielsen, Elmer Quinn, Secret Garden, Paul Harrington and Charlie McGregor, Linda Martin, Johnny Logan, Sandra Kim, Bobby Sox, Nicole, Bucks Fizz, Milk and Honey, Brotherhood of Man, T-Chen, Vicky Landros, Lenny Kaur, Sandy Shaw, and France Gall. So this goes, it's a pretty big mix from the 80s and current. The first album is mostly recent from the last decade, and the rest is a mix. There's a few standouts that are not on here that are on here, like Conchata, Verst's Rise Like a Phoenix and such. Let me crack this open real quick and take a look at the vinyl. I haven't done that yet. The one that was missing from this was the 2018 collection on vinyl, which I would have liked to have had. I had the CD already, but I would have liked to have had the vinyl. Insert enclosed. Oh, it's not even a gatefold. So, here's the insert. This is apparently the singles and albums covers and such from them, most of them. and a complete song listing on the back. And nice, heavy polyline sleeves. And, ooh, very pretty dark blue. Not translucent. Vinyl. So that is very cool. And I'm glad to finally get these. I'm always in the market for Eurovision stuff, as you guys well know. And I was quite excited to see both of these collections come out. This is this CD here. As I said, I think it has 70 songs on it. 23, 24. So that's 71 songs over the years. And a lot of these are winners. A lot of them are runners-up. Some of them are just fan favorites. This also comes with a stamp. November 0... MOV, sorry. It looks like November, but in the light, it's MOV Music on Vinyl number 1058 out of 2,000 copies. So that's very cool, and I'm glad to add this to my collection as well. Thank you to iMusic for always giving me the greatest service in the world, and I mean that literally. This month's black box is here. Came in a regular box this time from Bags Unlimited. Haven't it's scored and kind of flipped open, but I haven't looked into it, as always with my Black Box Record Club purchases. They've been doing really well by me the last few months. Like Bob Seger, a couple of good R&B things, Jackson Brown. So let's see what we got here. Pull them out one at a time. See what's in here. Oh, geez, they're tight this year too. This month. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I don't know this man. Introducing Aaron Frazier. There's the back cover. Sticker says, introducing is the debut solo album from Aaron Frazier, the drummer, co-lead singer, and writer behind the new soul masters Duran Jones and the Indications, in collaboration with Grammy-winning producer Dan Auerbach of the Black Keys. Aaron brings a unique voice for his generation that's both contemporary and timeless. And it does come with a download. That'll be fun to check out. I'm always in it to try and find new artists. So Aaron Frazier, welcome to the collection. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, I keep hearing about this woman, but I haven't really heard anything. This appears to be a reissue. I'm not sure. And I actually think no, that wasn't the name. That was not the same name. No, this is relatively recent. Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings, 100 Days, 100 Nights. Break out an essential third album by the baddest band in the land, featuring the eponymous hit 100 Days, 100 Nights. I've heard the name Sharon Jones in the VC, and I've read about it. It does also come with a download, so that will be interesting to check out. Let's see if there's any stickers or anything. Oh, good Lord, oh, whoa, what's this? Oh my gosh, no wonder they were so tight in there. This is a single from Sam Ryder, who I adore. You guys know that. He hit #1 just recently on the Power Tracks 50 with Mountain. This is Somebody. I'm not sure. This has got to be a UK release. It's a hard cardstock single. When did Black Box start sending singles? Dude, that's cool. Especially from Sam Ryder, who I love. Wow, okay, we'll check that out too. Stickers this month. Oh, that's cute. Haven't seen that one before. A guitar, double guitar there. And heavy metal. Some kind of a control there. This is going to be a month of exploration. I'm not familiar with Aaron Fraser, not familiar with Sharon Jones, although I know the name. Aaron Fraser, I don't know the name at all. They both come with downloads. And wow, Sam Ryder's single. Wow. That surprised me. Thank you, Black Box. As always, we seem to be on the same wavelength anymore, and I appreciate it very much. Gonna warn you, this segment's gonna be long because I buy way too much stuff from Don and Mary, but they make it so easy. Don and Mary are, Don is my co-host on Finding Your Music Mojo every other Monday. Good friends, and they really are doing some bang-up jobs with records, mostly 45s. But I have picked up so much stuff from them in the last couple of weeks. This is just the tip of the iceberg right here. These are the last 3 weeks of the Whatnot sales, which happen Tuesdays at 7 on Whatnot. Look for Two Hip Chicks on Whatnot. These are more expensive. These are priced. They find the rarer stuff, the ones that they can get more money from, than the 45 packs that they sell over on Johnny's auction, Cajun Roots Resellers auction on Wednesdays, and on Deal of the Dawns every other Fridays. And normally I don't pay a lot for singles unless I know they're worth it. These I have been paying for because they are worth it. And I also paid the most I've ever paid for a single for one of these, and I'll talk about that in a minute. From 2 weeks ago, right? 3 weeks ago, I picked up these two. This is a classic from the legendary Dickie Goodman, The Touchables in Brooklyn. I love Dickie Goodman's cut-in records. I had heard this on Dr. Demento many times, never dreamed I would own it. It's not on his greatest hits album. And it's in terrific shape. And also picked up this little novelty, an extended play 45 from ABC Paramount called Dance with Dick Clark. It's basically 4 instrumental songs of different types played by the Raymen, according to the label. Side 1 is Willie and the Hand Jive and Drifting and Breathing. Side 2, oh wow, Side 2, Gakstagen. I don't know what that is. And Short Fat Fanny. But that's a really cool little, Dick Clark associated thing. Big Bandstand fan that I am. Now, no, that's this last week, so we'll save that for a moment. Let me get the sticker. Dawn, you're sending me Debbie and Max's sticker? What the heck? Okay. 2 weeks ago, I actually ended up in a bidding war. I don't normally do that for 45s, but this one was too good to pass up. Because it is rare, and it was a hit. It's a promo copy, number one, and it is a rare version. And I agree with Dawn. This is actually better than the hit version by the Fifth Dimension. I can't believe I paid $17 for this single. This is Wedding Bell Blues and Stony End by the authoress Laura Nyro, I think it is. Really terrific version of that song. I also picked up this one, rare early stuff from Al Green when his name had an E at the end of it, on the Hotline Music Journal label. I did confirm before purchasing it, it is the same Al Green of 60s and 70s soul fame, who I adore. I love his stuff. Backup Train and Don't Leave Me. And I also won the giveaway, which was an unknown single, but it would have a picture sleeve. And Dawn knows me too well. New Kids on the Block and Please Don't Go Girl from 1987. I do not have the picture sleeve of this. I do have the single, and I think it's cracked. So that's very cool. This past week, I picked up an original Mercury release. And this is going to get ironic when we talk about this huge package over here. Of Ray Stevens, Harry. Oh, I didn't get. Okay, never mind. I thought it was a different song. Harry the Hairy Ape. Where did I go wrong with that, Don? Private conversation. Little stone statue on the back. And 2 records from Scott McKenzie, his 2 top 40 hits from 1967, I believe. I'd never heard the second one, but the first one is obviously the one big hit he had. She was selling these as a set, and I'm like, I like those. Those would be very cool. The first hit single was, of course, San Francisco. And it's backed with What's the Difference? The second single is Like an Old-Time Movie, and backed with What's the Difference Part 2. I always thought it was interesting, especially on this one. This was obviously from a collector, and numbers and stuff here. But look at the credit on that. The voice of Scott McKenzie. I don't have anything on this old Ode label. All of mine are on the silver and white label from the 70s. So that's very cool. So that's what I picked up from Whatnot from Donna Mary. Now, Johnny's Auction, Cajun Roots reseller, and Deals of the Dawns at Dawn's Southern Finds every other Friday, is an entirely different matter. I'll put those back in the sleeve in a little bit. It's a pain sometimes. Let me move these out of the way and grab the Stacks and Stacks 045s I bought in the last couple of weeks. Way too many. Okay, so I bought 2 sets of 15 plus 1 picture sleeve, and I bought 2 mystery boxes, and I bought another selection of these. This was a good deal on these. These are classic semi-albums on 45. That's what they were back then. They were released in hardcover, cardboard covers. This is Sinatra Volume 2. It's actually 2 records. The first one includes, look at the condition of those. The condition of those are pristine. There's no scratches or anything. Hey Jealous Lover and Everybody Loves Somebody. I didn't know Frank did that. I Believe and Put Your Dreams Away. These are on the first set of these. I have never heard Frank sing Everybody Loves Somebody. To me, that's Dean Martin's song, so I wonder if I don't know. That's a little weird. And then on the second one, also in pristine shape, we have So Long My Love and It's the Same Dream, and Something Wonderful Happening in Summer, and Half as Lovely. And I also, as part of that, picked up a Hank Williams single of similar nature. This is also in pretty good shape with Ramblin' Man, My Son Calls Another Man Daddy, I Can't Escape From You, and Nobody's Lonesome for Me. So those are classic Hank Williams tunes. There's also 2 other volumes of that. Somewhere down the road I may try to find them. We'll see. But those are cool. And I also got this. I had this, actually. This is a flexi disc. A Time Life flexi disc of the Swing era, which was one of the albums put out by Time Life in the 70s. My version of this is round. I don't have the square version. But I'm a sucker for Evatone flexi discs. I always have been. I love them. I've loved them since I was a kid. Let me put this back in the box. Now, now we're going to get to the long part here. I bought 2 sets of 15 plus 1. These are the ones that I know what they are when I'm going in. They are part of the collection. Don and Mary show each title as they do it on Johnny's auction. This one included the picture sleeve of So Emotional from Whitney Houston, and also includes some great titles over the year. By the time I get to Phoenix, Glenn Campbell. And I have got these upside down. Some of these I have, but you know, that's okay. She knows that I go mostly for what I don't have. I Feel Love from Donna Summer. Deja Vu, Dionne Warwick. Tell Him by The Exciters. I Heard It Through the Grapevine, Marvin Gaye. Cry Like a Baby, The Box Tops. Don't Think Twice, It's All Right, Peter, Paul, and Mary. One of These Days and Pride and Joy from Marvin Gaye. I'm not sure which one of those is the A-side, and this is on a really old Tamla label. Sarah Smile, Daryl Hall, and John Oates. Where the Boys Are, Connie Franklin on an MGM Company sleeve. Love the single sleeves, Don. Those are so cool when you find those. Baby, I Need Your Lovin', Johnny Rivers. Kiss Me Goodbye, Petula Clark. Don't Give Up on Us, Baby, David Soul. Running Bear. Ooh, this song is not PC anymore. Johnny Preston. And Let's Dance, Chris Montez. So that is set 1. Set 2 of the 15 plus ones included picture sleeve. I'm not sure if I had the picture sleeve of this. I may only have this on CD, so this might be the first vinyl I have of it. Breathe and their other big hit, How Could I Fall? And also included in this set were Let Me Be Good to You, Lou Rawls. Rockin' Robin, Michael Jackson. I am pretty sure the other side is the way this goes. CITY and Where the Action Is from John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band. I've Never Been to Me, Charlene, which I have already. You'll Never Find Another Love Like Mine, Lou Rawls. I Got Rhythm by The Happenings. This is on BT Puppy Records. I have never seen this label. That is very cool. You know me, Label Nova. I'm a label guy. Love creative artwork and creative label names and such. Al Green, classic Al Green, Let's Stay Together. Electric Avenue, Eddie Grant. Action and Beechwood City from Freddie Cannon. The single, I don't think I've ever had the single of this. I have the album. Harper Valley PTA, Jeannie C. Riley. Curly Shuffle, Jump in the Shallow, which I've got several copies of. Red River Rock, Johnny and the Hurricanes. This is on Warwick Records. I've never heard of that one either. Do You Love Me, the Dave Clark 5. I don't know if that's the "Do You Love Me?" I don't know if it is. I've never heard them do it. Monument version of Along Came Jones by Ray Stevens. I want to say I picked this up on a Mercury Records label from Dawn at Whatnot a few weeks ago. I might be wrong. I thought it was the one I got this week, but that turned out to be Harry the Hairy Ape. Along Came Jones from Ray Stevens. And Hit the Road, Jack, Ray Charles. What a classic. Love that. So those are the ones I knew what were coming. Now, 2 sets of 40 mystery discs each. I'm going to get a drink. This is taking forever, as I have so damn much stuff. And I didn't get all CDs. I mean, all 45s. I got some CDs and other stuff over here. Also, the first set of 40 that I did not know what they were. These were the mystery boxes from Dawn's Southern Finds Dale of the Dawns show. The label on this is messed up a bit, so it's hard to tell what song. I think it's Woman to Woman, Shirley Brown. For goodness sakes, look at those cakes from James Brown. Oh, good Lord. Okay. I am not even going to try and figure out what that means. I Want to Make Love to You by Randy Brown. Parachute Records, the only thing I've ever seen on Parachute Records other than this is I Will Still Love You by Stone Bolt. So that's fun. Sticky Situation by Tyrone Tie Stick Bronson. And this is on the same this label. I have a couple of things on this, I think. Believe in a Dream Records. Oh, no, I don't. That's the same one. Okay. I don't know what that is. Oh, jeez. Lighting. Gonna need the lamp. Hide and Go Seek Part 1 and 2 from Bunker Hill on Mala, which is a Bell subsidiary. Foreign Policy by the Buckinghams. Express by BT Express. I first heard this just a few weeks ago when it showed up on one of the radio retro countdowns. Great song, great number. They were great, good stuff. Back in Love Again by the Buckinghams. Ain't No Need of Crying by the Rance Allen Group. No idea what that is. And another copy, oh wow, another copy of that same song right next to it with a different label. That's interesting. Completely different labels on both. Different, so they've got to be different pressing plants, so that'll be cool. Hey Big Brother from Rare Earth. It's Too Late, Baby Too Late by Arthur Prysock. This is one I have never had and I always loved, and I'm glad to get it in there. How Long? Bet You Got a Chick on the Side. This was one of the first big hits for the Pointer Sisters when they were still on Blue Thumb, and they were still 4 of them before Bonnie left for a solo career. We're Going All the Way from Jeffrey Osborne. Focus. I'm having a lot of problems with the Focus today. Sorry about that. Can I Change My Mind? And A Woman Needs to Be Loved by Tyrone Davis. So I keep putting it in front of my face. Get It Right, Aretha Franklin. For Your Precious Love by Geeter Davis, not Skeeter Davis. On House of Rango. House of Range Records. Never heard of that. This I Swear, also from Tyrone Davis. A British pressing of Mighty Good and I Want to Be Loved from Ricky Nelson. Feel the Fire, Peebo Bryson. And Funny by Maxine Brown. Many of these I'm not familiar with, and I will love exploring them. And finally, the second batch of 40 in the second mystery box I bought. Starts off with Jim Reeves, and that's When I See the Blues. It comes with a RCA Victor sleeve and a jukebox tag. 1,000,001, Billy Walker, also on a Monument sleeve. On the other side of the tracks, Tommy Leonetti. South African Man, Part 1, by Hamilton Bohannon. Push Push by Brick. And also Duzik by Brick. Love that song. Never had that, so that's cool. Bootzilla, Bootsy's Rubber Band. Sweat Till You Get Wet, another one from Brick. They were great. They were a great funky R&B band in the late 70s. Disco, and they did a great... I've not heard the other two. I know Duzik, but I don't know those two. That'll be fun. The Classics, Until Then, Music Note Records. That's a very plain label. I don't know what that is. Chance With You, and Joni from Brother to Brother on Turbo Records. A lot of these labels, Don. These are very cool. So Long, Dearie, and Pretty Little Missy from the legendary Louis Armstrong. Yesterday's Dream and Come Along, My Baby. I don't know how to pronounce this. I'm going to guess it's Noe Pro. Noepro. Or No Pro. Do It Right, and Please Make It Easy from Brooke Benton. Hotel Happenings and Still Waters Run Deep from Brooke Benton. One of the best voices of his era. And Hit Record and Thanks to the Fool, also from Brooke Benton. Those will be fun to listen to. I love his voice. Famous Last Words and You Built Me Up So High from Lincoln Black. Monument is generally country or country folk. So I would imagine that is, as well as this one. Dreams of the Everyday Housewife, which I've actually heard of that song. And Dad, I Never Saw You Cry by Chris Gantry. If I Had to Live My Life Over by Lloyd Price. G by the Pixies 3. And finally, Fever and Mr. Lucky from the immortal Sarah Vaughan. These are going to be a delight to go through, Dawn. Thank you so much. And I'm not going to dig them all out. This segment is running way too long as it is. But I also bought a few DVDs. I bought 3 unpublished screenplays. And I don't know if this is all of them, but I also picked up some CDs. Eric Kunzel, Syncopated Clock, Spyro Gyra, Rocky IV soundtrack, which I have on vinyl, Mannheim Steamroller, Saving the Wildlife, which I also have on vinyl, Greatest Hits collections from Bad Company, Ray Stevens, Basia, The Sweetest Illusion, which I think I have, but I'm not sure. It wasn't ripped yet, so maybe I didn't. Dr. Hook, Greatest Hits and More, Janet Jackson, Rhythm Nation, which I didn't have, and a few other ones. So I spent way too much money. I always do. But, and I honestly don't know if I've shown everything either. So I'm hoping I have now. So Don and Mary, thank you for being my suppliers. You supply my habit brilliantly.
is Dolly Parton.
This month's Vinyl Me Parton is the one I've been waiting for. I love this album. It's my second favorite album by her. I have not taken it out of the sleeve yet. We're going to do that right here on camera. From 1980, late 80, or maybe early 1981, this is the one that really became a monster pop hit overall because of the song that was number one, 1980. And it is now a gatefold. My original is not a gatefold, so this will be fun. 9 to 5 and Odd Jobs. I love this album. It was... lacquers were cut from tapes by Ryan Smith at Sterling Sound, and it is pressed on exclusive 180-gram Rising Sun Galaxy vinyl. So let's check this out. This series has been phenomenal. The sound is just amazing. The packaging has been awesome. This is also interesting because my original was almost matte compared to this. I want to see this gatefold. So the interior sleeve from the original album is what they put in the gatefold, the back cover and the lyrics. Very interesting. Let's get this out. This is, of course, on RCA through Vinyl Me Please. And, oh wow, look at that swirl. That's beautiful. For those of you who don't know, this includes 9 to 5, which of course was Dolly's only number one solo pop hit. She did hit number one on the pop chart also with Kenny Rogers and Islands of the Stream in 1983. But that was her only number one pop hit, although Here You Come Again. Oh, come on, focus. I'm completely out of focus. Focus! There we go. She did hit number 3 with Here You Come Again in 1977. This is going to be a pain. That's the one problem I've noticed with these, is they tend to be a pain to get back into these super stiff, super nice cardboard sleeves. Come on, get in there. This includes 9 to 5, Husha by Hard Times, Dolly's awesome disco version of House of the Rising Sun, Deportee, Plane Wreck at Los Gatos, Sing for the Common Man, Working Girl, Detroit City, But You Know I Love You, Dark as a Dungeon, and Poor Folks Town. This was produced by Mike Post, which I found, really unusual because she didn't seem to be his type of music. But man, this is a great album, and I am very happy to add the deluxe Vinyl Me Parton version, which Dolly curates herself, to my collection. Let me try and slip it back into the sleeve. The operative word there being try, without ruining the obi strip. Oh, hey, that's easy. All right, good. Very, very happy to add this to the Vinyl Me Parton collection, because this album just is freaking awesome. Vinyl Me Parton for August, 9 to 5 and Odd Jobs. Thank you, Dolly. I had a pre-order in for this. I ordered it back in April, and it actually came early. I didn't think it was due till September, but it came this past week. And it was a double package. You got a copy of the first album when you ordered the second. And I thought that was terrific. I've always loved her voice, and I'm not familiar. I deliberately didn't check it on streaming. I wanted to wait till it got here to check the first album out. This is the brand new album from Cindy Wilson. It is called Realms. If you do not know the name Cindy Wilson, she is the lead singer, or one of the lead singers, in the B-52s. She's been releasing a couple of solo albums. This is the brand new one, as I said, titled Realms, which I know nothing about. I just know I like her voice. The first album, released in 2020, is called Change, and this also was part of that package. I'm very happy. Ooh, that glare is horrible. Very happy to add that. to the collection as well. I will be listening to these. Oh, 2017, sorry. I will be listening to these in the next few days as I prep to get the room done. And I'm anxious to hear them because I've always loved her voice, and I didn't know she was doing solo stuff. I knew Fred Schneider had done some solo stuff, but I didn't know that she had been doing it, and it'll be fun to check them out. These come courtesy of Kill Rock Stars, who always do great stuff, and they are also my Elliott Smith supplier, and a couple other things I purchased from them over the years. Great label, great stuff, and always great sounding. Cindy Wilson Realms and Change, now a part of the TKR collection. Just want to point out real quick that I am wearing my new Life, Love, and Reselling from Two Hip Chicks. Just picked up the shirt from TeePublic, their new TeePublic store, which is where my store also is. You can get a link to both of them in the show notes. Got a lot of things going on the next couple of weeks. We still haven't gotten the remodel done, obviously, but that's because every time I think I have it figured out, something goes wrong. Either the plug isn't set up right or we can't get it. So we are made the determination it has to be done Labor Day weekend. We're going to have 3 days to figure out exactly what gets done. But I have all these cool things envisioned, and I can't do them unless the room is arranged in a certain way, and because I need wall space. And I'm not sure what we're going to end up with in the long run, but we will end up with a better setup in any case, so that's always something. I also want to bring up the fact that this Monday on Finding Your Music Mojo with Dawn and TC, the main show will be on the Two Hip Chicks channel with the refeed on my channel, TKR Video Central. We will be talking streaming music. Too often, streaming is poo-pooed, and I've discovered so many artists through streaming, and I continue to do so. Dawn says she's a novice. She's familiar mostly with Pandora, and has a couple other subscriptions. So I'm going to bring out my big guns and let you know what's out there. I am a Spotify regular, and I also have a number of other, there's a number of other services we want to talk about, and there's some unknown services. I also want to talk a little bit about internet radio and stuff, so we'll be talking about that on Finding Your Music Mojo with Dawn and TC this coming Monday. That would be August 28th at 7 p.m. Eastern. You can join us on the Two Hip Chicks channel or on the TKR Video Central channel, and I hope you will do that. The other thing I want to mention is the TKR's annual contest is about to get underway. You'll be looking for a preview and official launch next week at some point. The video will be posted, I hope, Monday or Tuesday. It'll run throughout the month of September for the most part. And it is for my 3rd anniversary, which was actually back in July, and it is based on the Schoolhouse Rock number 3 is a magic number. We will be having that up. There'll be one big prize this year, and it's going to be convoluted, as it always is, with extra bonus entries possible, as it always is. And this year, you do not need to be a subscriber to enter. So keep an eye out. There'll be more notices on it, and it should be up in the next week. I hope you'll be doing that. I have a lot more to do, and a lot more to go over, and a lot more to get ready for this reset in this room. I bought so much new equipment. Oh, excuse me. Whew. I bought so much new equipment over the last month, prepping, and I don't really have any way to use it unless we can get the new desk in here. So I hopefully it'll work out. But I have this cool. I'll have a cool desk area envisioned. That's going to be wherever the desk goes. That's going to be fine. It's the rest of the room and this huge collection of mine that's causing a pain in the ass. But in any case, it'll be fun to do, and we will get it done. In the meantime, if you've subscribed already, thank you. If you haven't subscribed, I hope you will, and I would really much appreciate it. Please share out the TKR and other shows on this channel to your favorite music-loving friends, and by all means, leave a comment. Comments are how I know how I'm doing. It helps me make new friends. It helps get conversations started, and conversation is key to helping spread the word about new artists, great new music, classic stuff, and more. So leave a comment and let's have a discussion. I'll be back this week with all my usual shows. Power Tracks 50 tonight at 7 p.m. Radio Retro on Sunday at 4 p.m. Influencers, I hope, will be back this week. It may not be, but hopefully it will be back Tuesday at 4. Flashback Tracks on Thursday at 4, which I've been getting a lot of good reviews and good notices from, and thank you everybody for checking it out. Hope to have a new Kim Takes On up Friday at 4, and we'll be back here next Saturday for this show. And don't forget TC's Obscuria Vaults Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern. Until next week, I have plenty of stuff to listen to. I'm TC Kirkham, the Kirkham Report, and TKR Video Central. I hope you have a wonderful musical week. Ciao, baby.